everybody, this is Lauren Mack with Hacking the Rat Race, and I would love for you to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any more videos on money, saving, investing, but even more importantly, on this 30-day challenge. We are on day 2 of the 30-day challenge, and I am so excited. I cannot wait to share this with you. So if you could subscribe, then you won't miss any more videos. So how's it going, everybody? How is the challenge so far? Here we are in day 2. I am so excited. Has anyone had any issues, troubles, doubts? I want to hear from you in the comments below. How is it going? Today, like I said, is day 2. Today we are saving $3. We're going to take this $3, we're going to put it together, and we are going to put it in our envelope with the money that we saved yesterday. So I got my little emergency fund envelope here. Super excited. Again, if you are doing this with your bank account, you can just move the money over. It's the same difference. So total now, we have saved $5 and we are on day 2. So today's tip is going to save you even more money. This tip could even save you $90 in 1 month, depending on how often you use this. For the tip today, instead of going to coffee shops and spending a ton of money and time on lattes or coffees or whatever kind of special mocha double shot latte with a little bit of cinnamon on top, instead of that, we are going to make this at home. And you know what I just discovered? I am super pumped about this. Starbucks actually has now Starbucks at home. So they sell all their syrups, their sauces, all their fancy sauces. They sell them all on Amazon. Some of them are at Target and some other places like that. So here's the thing. You can get the same exact drink for way less. My favorite is the caramel macchiato. I am not gonna lie, I absolutely love it. And I love stopping at Starbucks. However, it is super expensive. So I went to Starbucks at home and I found the recipe and I've broken down for you the exact savings for this drink. Obviously, you can go look up your favorite drink and you can break it down the same way I'm gonna break it down. But for this example, if I make the exact same caramel macchiato at home with the exact same syrups, the exact same proportions, literally exact same everything, it saves me over $3. For someone who goes to Starbucks every single day, and I know so many people that do, that is literally $90 a month you're saving, and you get to have the exact recipe from Starbucks. There used to be a time before there was Starbucks at home and you had a bunch of knockoff recipes, but maybe they weren't exact. Maybe you couldn't get the exact right combination, but literally Starbucks now gives you the keys to the kingdom, so there is literally no excuse because you're saving the gas. You're saving your time. You don't have to stand in line. You don't have to go through the drive-thru. You can get to work just a little bit earlier, or whatever kind of event you're getting to on the weekend. You can even prepare these ahead of time so you can literally wake up, grab it, and go. So what I'm gonna do is just break down the caramel macchiato again because that is my favorite. So I'm gonna share my screen, I'm gonna show you the breakdown, and then you can save up to $3 a day, which again, if you only did this one time this month, then you would save the money for today's challenge. Again, it's a small trade-off. It can have a huge savings, as little as $3, as much as $90. And depending how fancy and crazy your drinks are, maybe the savings is even more than $3. And this is for a grande. So if you got the venti, you could probably even save more money. So let's get to it. Here's the breakdown. Okay, so here is our day 2 tip of coffee savings. Again, like I said before, I chose the grande caramel macchiato because that's my favorite drink. So if you were to go buy a grande caramel macchiato right now at Starbucks, it would cost you $4.45. This recipe here is for a tall caramel macchiato, which is the small size. And so I had to multiply it by 1.5 times to come up with the grande amount. Basically, I just took each ingredient and I broke it down per cost. And as you can see here, you have the Starbucks naturally flavored vanilla syrup and the Starbucks naturally flavored caramel sauce. So these you can find on Amazon, and I will have a link in the show notes below so you can see where they are. But you can also buy some of them at Target, but you can buy everything at Amazon. So if you go into Starbucks at home, then you can find whatever drink you love, and you can find the syrups and sauces that go with your drink, and you can order them there.
So the first thing for the grande caramel macchiato is going to be the coffee. And this recipe recommends 1 Starbucks espresso roast or blonde espresso roast capsule. That's if you're going to do like the Keurig style. It's a little bit more expensive. I prefer to get the 1 pound of ground beans and just brew it normally. So in the case for this recipe, you would need 1.5 cups of coffee, and that would equal 45 cents. The next thing is milk. And milk can cost different amounts all over the country. So I just took the average cost of milk, which was $4 a gallon. So this might be a little more for you, a little less depending on where you live, but $4 a gallon, 12 ounces, it's 36 cents. The next one is 1 tablespoon of Starbucks naturally flavored vanilla syrup. 1.5 tablespoons of that cost 31 cents. And the final is Starbucks naturally flavored caramel sauce, and 1 tablespoon is 21 cents. So the grand total for the home grande caramel macchiato is $1.33, which has a total savings of $3.12. This is huge because today's savings is only $3 for our 30-day emergency fund savings challenge. You only need to save $3. So if you only did this once this month, made it at home, instead of going to Starbucks, you would save $3.12. So you wouldn't even be having to come up with more money. You would just get the exact same Starbucks drink, but make it at home. So I highly recommend implementing this tip, especially if you are a frequent coffee drinker at coffee shops. And also, one last tip, if you want to save even more money, instead of getting the Starbucks brand syrups and sauces, you could probably get non-Starbucks brands cheaper and even make this $1.33 even less to save more money.
So I want to hear from you in the comments below. What do you think about today's tip? Are you going to be able to implement it? And how much time and money is this going to save you? So I can't wait to hear from you. If you also have any questions or anything about the 30-day challenge, please let me know in the comments below. I can't wait to hear from you. I can't wait to hear how your goals are going and if you're still pumped up about this 30-day challenge. And again, don't forget to like this video. It literally costs nothing and it does so much for this video. And subscribe so you don't miss any more of the 30-day challenge videos as well as other videos on money, saving, and investing. And I will see you in the next video.